We, the Social Science Club of Bombay Teachers Training College, welcome you to pay tribute as well as to salute the revolutionaries who were not deterred even in the face of death. India celebrates Shaheed Diwas annually on 23rd March to pay tribute to martyrs Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Shivram Rajguru. This day has a very important significance in Indian freedom struggle. On 23rd March 1931, three Indian freedom fighters, namely Bhagat Singh, Shivram Rajguru, and Sukhdev Thapar, were hanged by British rulers in Lahore jail. The three brave freedom fighters were sentenced to death in the Lahore conspiracy case. In this manner, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Shivram Rajguru sacrificed their life for the goal of attaining freedom for our nation and became a face of nationalism.
Revolutionary leader Bhagat Singh was born to a Sikh family on September 27, 1907 in Layalpur district, now in Pakistan. He belonged to a family who were involved in the freedom struggle, which is the reason he was drawn towards India's movement for independence at an early age. He supported Mahatma Gandhi in the non-cooperation movement and was affected by the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919 and the violence against unarmed Akali protesters at Nankana Sahib 1921. He was an atheist and was strongly against capitalism. Bhagat Singh founded the Naujawan Bharat Sabha in the year 1926 to encourage the peasants and workers to fight against British rule. He was the secretary of that organization. In 1928, the Hindustan Socialist Association (HSRA) was also established by him, along with Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, and others. Bhagat Singh also took revenge for the death of his friend Lala Lajpat Rai, which turned out to be an incident and became a part of the Lahore conspiracy case. After this conspiracy, he fled to Lahore. These are some of the contributions by Bhagat Singh to India's freedom struggle.
28th of September 1907 was an auspicious day. A small revolutionary was born in a family in a village called as Banga near Lahore. His whole family was a family of freedom fighters. His mother's name was Vidyavati and father's name Kishan Singh. He had two uncles by the name of Ajit Singh and Swaran Singh. Ajit Singh was in jail in Mandalay for freedom struggle. This small child had made a oath or a goal that he would free his country from the British rule. He joined the DAV school in Lahore and he took Kartar Singh Sarafa as his idol. Kartar Singh Sarafa had been martyred at the age of 20 for his country. The situation in the country was deteriorating. This inspired Bhagat Singh. Like in 1919, the Rowlatt Act was passed. As per the Rowlatt Act, the British government could arrest any person and put him in jail without any court or judge order. This led to many protests, especially the Jallianwala Bagh incident, in which 1,500 people were killed by Brigadier R.E.H. Dyer and his British Indian Army units. It inspired many people to join the freedom struggle. Bhagat Singh was so inspired by this incident that he took blood-stained soil from the Jallianwala Bagh in a bottle and took an oath to sacrifice everything for freedom struggle. He met Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi and joined the Hindustan Republican Association. They distributed posters to people on freedom struggle. After this, Navjivan Bharat Sabha was formed, which inspired people to love their country and join the freedom struggle. In 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai protested against the Simon Commission. As there was no representative, Indian representative in the Simon Commission, The Simon Commission was formed by the British government to review the political situation in India. The legendary Bhagat Singh also joined the rally. There were slogans of "Simon, go back" on the streets. Thus, there were lathi charges, and Lalaji was seriously injured and passed away a few weeks later. This affected Bhagat Singh as Lalaji was his friend. He only he along with his friends Sukhdev and Rajguru assassinated Saunders, the superintendent of police, in front of the police station. They fled after the killing. Next day, to escape Lahore, he disguised himself and cut his hair, which was against the rules of the Sikh religion. However, it was a big sacrifice for him. So, he fled Lahore by catching a train. He met Jatin Das in Calcutta and learned how to make a bomb. During the Central Assembly session on 8th of April 1929, they threw the bomb to get arrested and to put forth their views against the freedom struggle, to put forth their views against the British government. He raised slogans of Inqilab Zindabad. They were arrested, and through his lawyer Ashraf Ali, he put forth his views on the freedom struggle. He was sent to the Lahore Central Jail. In this jail, conditions were bad. No proper food and books were given to read. He, along with his friends Sukhdev and Rajguru, went on an indefinite hunger strike. On 7th of October 1930, his advocate told him that he was given the death sentence. However, he was still determined to protest. He said, "I would prefer to die rather than to bend in front of my enemies." On the 23rd of March 1931, he was hanged to death along with his friends Sukhdev and Rajguru. Till this day, we celebrate this day and remember it as Shaheed Diwas. Jai Hind.
भारत के लिए तू हुआ बलिदान भगत सिंह, था तुझको मुल्को कौम का अभिमान भगत सिंह। वह दर्द तेरे दिल में वतन का समा गया, जिसके लिए तू हो गया कुर्बान भगत सिंह। वह कोल तेरा और दिली आरजू तेरी है, हिंद के हर कूचे में ऐलान भगत सिंह। फांसी पे चढ़ के तूने जहां को दिखा दिया, हम क्यों न बने तेरे कदरदान भगत सिंह। प्यारा न हो क्यों भारत के दुलारे, था जानो जिगर और मेरी शान भगत सिंह। हर एक ने देखा तुझे हैरत की नज़र से, हर दिल में तेरा हो गया स्थान भगत सिंह। भूलेगा कयामत में भी हरगिज न ए किशोर, माता को दिया सौंप दिलो जान भगत सिंह। A man courageous and brave had a role in removing the word slave from India and freeing it from the merciless rule of the British. He sacrificed his life in the struggle to make India free. A man devoted to his country fought hard and made history. While he was in jail, he started a hunger strike and fasted for 116 days straight without caring about his fate. Arrested for the murder of a British police officer, John Saunders, he was arrested, subsequently hanged and convicted. He was just 23 years of age when he was convicted and hanged by the merciless British's rage. He will be remembered till everlasting days. When he was hanged, he just smiled and passed away from this world, leaving his revolting words. A man courageous and brave was not the British's slave. Devoted to his country, he fought hard, and made history.